In this video, I'm going over our functions and evaluating and writing, including composite functions. So starting with the first examples of evaluating our basic function. So here, whenever you're solving or looking for the value of f of x, notice how x is equal to, in this case, 4. So in order to evaluate our functions, all we're doing is plugging in that x value. So in this case, f of 4 is equal to 4 squared minus 10 times x, or 10 times 4. And now we just evaluate. Here I have 16 minus 40, which means f of 4 is equal to negative 24. So here, same thing. We have f of negative 7. So we're plugging in negative 7 for x. So I've got the cubed root of negative 7 minus 1 plus 4 here. So now this is equal to the cubed root of negative 8 plus 4. Well, the cubed root of negative 8 is negative 2 plus 4, which is 2. So f of negative 7 is equal to 2. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two U-tries on your own. And here we go. So notice here you have f of 3. So f of 3 is equal to 3 squared plus 7 times 3 minus 44. So now here, just evaluating, you have 9 plus 21 minus 44, which is equal to negative 14. Then the second one, again, f of 6. So we're plugging in 6 for x. So 6 squared minus 11 plus 2, which here now I've got 36 minus 11 plus 2. Well, that's the square root of 25 plus 2, which is 5 plus 2, making our value 7. So now in example 2, we're getting to composite functions. So composite, notice how we have two functions, and we're going to always start inside and work our way out. So don't worry about f just yet. See how inside we're solving g of 4? So let's first focus on g of 4. So g of 4 is equal to, well, g of x is 7 minus x. So same thing, we're just going to plug in 4 for x, which means we get the value of 3. But remember now, we need to find f of g of 4. So if g of 4 is equal to 3, now we need to find f of, well, what was g of 4? 3. So now we're going to find f of 3, which here, f of x was 2 to the x. So now here we've got same thing, 2 to the third power, which is equal to 8. So our composite function is equal to 8. So notice how we're going to start on the inside and then work our way out. Whatever we end up with for our answer in the inside, then we substitute into our other function. So like here, notice how we're going to start on the inside. And this is f of 4. So f of 4, well, what was f of x? 2 to the x. So same as before, we've got 2 to the 4th, which is 16. So if f to the 4th, f to the 4th, f of 4 is 16. That means now we need to find the value of g of not 4, but g of 16. And g of x was 7 minus x, or in this case, 7 minus 16, making the final value for our composite function negative 9. Now, composite functions can be written another way as well. Notice how here, this is the same as working our inside out. So g of x is inside of f of x. So f of x of g of x. So like for example here, we are looking for, in this case, rewriting this as, we're going to simplify, f of g of negative 2. Then just as before, we're going to start with g of negative 2. Well, g of x was 4x plus 7. So same as before, 4 times x or 4 times negative 2 plus 7, which gives me negative 1. Now here, g of 2 is negative 1. That means now we need f of what value? Not -2, but -1. And f of x is 2x squared plus 8x. So this is 2 times -1 squared plus 8 times -1. So now here I've got -1 squared, which is +1. So 2 times 1, but then -8 here. So here the final value is -6. So again, if you need to rewrite this, this is now g of f of -2. So now notice we're going to start with inside, which is f of -2, which is equal to 2x squared plus 8x. Or simplify, so this is 2 times -2 squared plus 8 times -2. So now here you end up with a value of, sorry about that, you end up with a value of -8. So now here, if that was what was inside, now we can find the value of g, oops, sorry about that. We can now evaluate g, not of -2, right, of -8. And g of x was 4x plus 7, or in this case, 4 times x, which is -8 plus 7. So now here you end up with the final value for the composite of -25. So go ahead and pause the video now and try the 2 U tries on your own. And here we go. So here we're evaluating g of f of 3. So start inside, which was f of 3. Well, f of x is 2x minus 2. In this case, 2 times 3 minus 2, which gives you 4. But then now that's just the value of f of 3. Now we need to find g. So g of not 3, but now g of 4, which is equal to 5 to the x, or 5 to the 4th power, which is 625. So that's the value of our composite function. Then b, again, if you need to rewrite this. So this is g of h of -5. So notice how you have to start with h of x, or h of -5, which is equal to 5x plus 1, or 5 times x, which is -5, plus 1, which gives you -24. But now remember, we're not done, right? Because we're looking now for g of this value here. So now we need to look for g of -24. Well, g of x is 1 over x, or 1 over -24. That's why the answer is B. And so now here we are writing composite functions. So we're not evaluating. We are taking a function and we're going to still end up with x, another function with x. So like, for example, I have g of x. Well, g of x is x plus 8 right here. But now I'm going to bring down f. So that's f of x plus 8. Well, f of x is, so f of x, but f of x is 3x minus 5, or 3 times x. Notice how we're not plugging in a number. It's not just 8. We are taking f of x plus 8 and now substituting in for x. So this is 3x minus 5, which is equal to 3 times what is x? X plus 8 minus 5. So now notice we do need to simplify. I can distribute 3. So this is 3x plus 24 minus 5. And combine like terms. And here the composite function is 3x plus 19. That is f of g of x. So notice how we're not getting a numerical value, we're getting another function. So like here, if you need to rewrite this, so this is g of f of x. So f of x is 3x minus 5. So this is g of 3x minus 5. So this is g of 3x minus 5 is equal to Well, g of x is x plus 8. Or in this case, we need to plug in x with 3x minus 5 plus 8. Now notice there was no value to distribute, but we do have like terms to combine. Negative 5 plus 8, which is 3x plus 3. So now C, just to kind of make it a little bit more complicated with C and D. Same thing again, rewrite. So this is f of g of x. Well, g of x is x minus 3. So f of x minus 3 is what we're looking for here, which is x squared plus 5x. Then same as before, x squared, so x is x minus 3 squared plus 5 times x, or x minus 3. Now notice here, you have box method. So we have x minus 3 times itself, x minus 3, x squared, negative 3x, and positive 9. So now here you end up with evaluating or simplifying. You have here x squared minus 6x plus 9. Now notice we need to distribute 5 here, so plus 5x minus 15. Then lastly, combine like terms. Negative 6x plus 5x, so we have x squared minus 1x or minus x, then 9 minus 15, which is negative 6. That is our composite function. So here, g of f of x. So again, start on the inside. F of x is x squared plus 5x. Then bring down g here. So we are looking for g of x squared plus 5x, which is equal to x minus 3. So instead of x, we are going to substitute in x squared plus 5x, then minus 3. Nothing to distribute, no box method, and not even like terms to combine. So our composite function is x squared plus 5x minus 3. So go ahead and pause the video and try these two U-tries on your own. And here we go. So here I've got f of g of x. Well, g of x is x plus 2. So now we're looking for f of x plus 2. Well, f of x is 3x squared minus 4. So now let's substitute. This is 3 times, well, what is x? X plus 2 squared minus 4. Now notice here, you should have seen box method. So that now is x plus 2 times x plus 2, or x squared, 2x, 2x, and 4. So now I've got 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 4. Then bring down minus 4. Now notice we do need to distribute 3 here. So this is 3x squared plus 12x plus 12 minus 4. And combine like terms. So 3x squared plus 12x plus 8. So now here you have g of f of x. Well, again, f of x is 3x squared minus 4. So we're going to find g of that function, which is x plus 2. G of x is x plus 2. So now instead of x, we have 3x squared minus 4 plus 2. We do have like terms to combine, negative 4 plus 2, which is negative 2. So 3x squared minus 2 is from our composite function. And then question number 3. Here, given the two functions you were looking for, so again, if you need to rewrite this, g of h of x, where h of x is inside, so here we've got 3x minus 7. So now I'm looking for g of 3x minus 7, which is, well, g of x is 2 over 5 minus x. So now when rewriting here, I now have 2 over 5 minus, well, what is x? 3x minus 7. Now this you had to be careful because you can't just combine like terms yet. See how you had a negative? You had to distribute the -1 first. So this is 2 over, 2 over 5 minus 3x plus 7. So after combining like terms, you have 2 over -3x plus 12. So that's why here the answer is B. So now with these starred questions in the end, starting to make the connection to our log and exponential functions. So same as before. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and pause the video and try this first one. And here we go. You're starting on the inside. F of x is 2 to the 5th. And this is g of 2 to the 5th. Well, g of x is log base 2 of x. Then same as before, substitute. So log base 2 of 2 to the 5th. Now you should have noticed we have a property here. Bases are the same. So when the bases are the same, they cancel out. And you are left with the value of 5. So here, g of f of x is actually equal to the value of 5. So now here, same thing. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and pause the video and try this one on your own. And here we go. Start on the inside. G of x. Well, g of x is 3 to the x plus 1. And we're looking for f of that value. Well, f of x is log base 3 of x minus 1. So again, here I've got log base 3 of 3 to the x plus 1 minus 1. So now notice how 1 and -1, that's 0, cancel out. And bases are the same. So here you end up with the value of x. And when you get a composite function like this, f of g of x, to be just x, we're going to talk about this more in our next lesson, what this means.